everybody, Jake Nikolopoulos here with episode number 2 of Massive Joe's video series Road to the Universe. So no training today guys, sorry to disappoint, but today's just going to be you and me in my office, and we're going to be talking about whatever the hell I want to talk about. So we're not going to be doing Q&A just because we started to get the same questions getting sent in over and over, and it got a little bit repetitive. And I can only bullshit you guys so much until you're going to all start to realise that I've got no idea what I'm talking about. So, and keep it interesting. And today I'm going to talk about whatever I want to speak about. And what I want to speak about today is why people aren't getting the results that they want and what they can do to make sure that they do and that they keep progressing. It sounds simple enough, but this comes up in conversation all the time. Whether it's with people that I train here in my gym or just in general conversation with people. And sometimes I've got to tell you, I feel like slapping, not with the front of my hand, with the back of my hand, just a bitch slap, douche. Some of the people that say this to me, they tell me that they've done everything. You know, they've done absolutely everything, they've plateaued, they've tried everything, and they just can't progress anymore and they're giving up. You know, so the first thing I say to them before I want to slap them, obviously I don't slap them, but the first thing I say is, okay, so you've done absolutely everything. You've changed your training split, you maybe change your reps, change your sets, change your exercises. Have you maybe got a training partner to start training with you to push you a little bit further? Have you maybe got a training diary, a journal, start a journal so that you can record what you're doing and actually, you know, compete against yourself? You know, have you done all that? And of course, 100% of the time they say, oh no, I haven't really, you know, I haven't done any of that. You know, oh, I didn't really think of that. You know, and it's just, a lot of it's lazy. Sometimes it's laziness and other times just people don't know. So that's why I'm going to do these videos just for the people that, that don't know, and hopefully I can sort of just shine a little bit of light on the subject, just with my opinion obviously. So look, I'd have to say the first thing, one of the biggest reasons why people are not getting the results in the gym is they're not training hard enough, guys. You know, if you're training in one of those big fancy health clubs with all the guys wearing fluoro shoes and matching outfits, you know, it's all well and good to do PBs on your deadlift and on your squat, but that's not hard training and that's not bodybuilding. So, you know, people have got to understand, a lot of bodybuilders, a lot of pro bodybuilders as well, they don't care about the numbers on their, you know, on their deadlifts, on their squat. Yeah, okay, it matters, but what matters most is the way that they're stimulating the muscle. And a lot of the times that's got to do with a lot of high volume, a lot of intensity as well, and hitting the muscles from all different angles. So I would say the biggest thing is training, and you got to get out of the gyms that you're in. If you're in one of those health club sort of type environments where everybody around you is doing the same thing, you know, you got to get out of there. You got to surround yourself with more of the hardcore sort of bodybuilders. Try to source out the people that are doing what you want to do, and just watch and see how they train. And guaranteed, if you train with a bodybuilder who competes at a higher level, you're going to be blown away with the intensity that they use. So that's definitely the first thing, training. You know, you're not training hard enough. Even me, a lot of the times I'm like, oh, you know, I train hard enough, and then if I go and train with, like that time when Flex Lewis came down, I trained with Flex. It was only one day I trained back with the guy, but I was completely wrecked after that back workout. Just little bits and pieces that I picked up off him, and even just the intensity that obviously is normal for him, but for me, I've got my comfort zone, and I've got what I'm comfortable with and my training to be exposed to his, and it's like another level again. It's like, oh, okay, so then I sort of reset the way that I train, and it's even higher level again. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty more people that I meet and train with that are going to keep on doing that and keep on adjusting. And I think that's what you have to do. Have to align yourself and train with different people, and you're going to change the way that you train probably every time that you train with one of these people. So there you go. Training, I reckon, is one of the biggest things. Number 2 would have to be food. People just aren't eating enough. I don't know, people are too scared to eat a lot of food. Another thing, people don't want to eat too much food. They say they haven't got time, they haven't got this, they haven't got that. A lot of excuses, guys. So when I really needed to bulk up, when I was a little younger, I'm a hard gainer. I've always been a hard gainer. I had to pretty much make myself sick getting those calories in that I needed to eat. And there were certain days where the food that if I couldn't get the food down, I'd put it in a blender and blend it up and drink it. You know, and it didn't matter what was on a plate, whether it was chicken, whether it was rice, whether it was whatever. I'd sometimes just throw it in the blender and pour some milk in there and just drink that shit. Just to get all the calories that I needed. And, you know, I did that for a couple of years. I put on a hell of a lot of weight. But from there, I learned, you know, I was probably eating a lot of crappy food, so I put on a lot of bad weight. But eating that much food definitely taught me how to be strict with my food, and that it's a discipline as well, eating. You know, you wouldn't think that it is, but it's not easy. To get the calories in required, you have to force a lot of the food down. So it took me a long time for that to be able to come like a habit to me, and I'm able to eat. Now I eat a whole lot of food, but obviously it's good quality food, you know, oats, sweet potatoes, rice, and then obviously my proteins, chicken, meat, fish, whatever I'm eating. So I eat a lot of quantity, but I eat good quality as well. And I find it very, very hard to get fat eating clean, really clean like that. So adjust your food, guys. You know, eat more. If you think you're eating enough, you know, you're most likely that you're not. You know, eat even more again. But if you're getting really fat, obviously, okay, you might be eating a little bit too much, so back off. But majority of the time, people aren't eating enough, from what I see. And like I said, if you're eating clean foods, very, very hard to get fat eating really clean. Third thing I would have to say is recovery. Recovery is a big thing. Supplementation obviously is a big thing too, but I won't get into supplements. I'll get into that in a different episode. But recovery, I'm talking about sleep and rest. So minimum 6 hours, guys. I like to sleep between 6 and 8 hours a night, and I find that that's plenty for me. Some people get by on 5 hours sleep. Some people need 10 hours sleep. But as long as you're sleeping and getting the minimum, you know, you're going to be recovering and you're going to be growing. So those three things, guys. The recovery thing, obviously, you don't have to get too detailed into that. As long as you sleep at night time, you know, that you're going to be recovering. So that's really the three biggest things about why people aren't getting the results that they want. So change your training. You know, and keep changing it. The training should always change. You know, I'm constantly changing the way that I train. Different training programs. Obviously, I do Neil Hill's Y3T training, and that's a great way for me to break through plateaus because I'm changing the rep ranges every week. So I'll be doing real heavy weights and lighter weights, higher reps. So, you know, it's keeping my body guessing, and it's keeping everything interesting for me as well. So the next time anybody tells you that they're doing everything, you can tell them those things, or you can just take the first option and just slap them, give them a bitch slap across the side of the face. But that's my take on it, guys. So people aren't training hard enough, they're not eating enough, and majority of the time they're not resting enough, going out partying, you know, doing whatever they want to do, and then they want to do bodybuilding and grow at the same time. It's not going to happen. So there you go. I wanted to speak to you guys as well about Massive Joe's new t-shirts. So we've got a couple new styles. The one that I'm wearing, Team Massive Joe's, got a barbell across the middle, and then on the back, it's got that design on the back. So whatever that is, I don't know what it is, but it looks cool. And then they're all black. I've got the red ones at home, so these ones are all black. This one has a Massive Joe's logo. Where is it? In that corner. So Team Massive Joe's. Well, they're obviously all going to say Massive Joe's, but just designs are different in each one. And then this one's got the big Team Massive Joe's square logo on the back. So that's a cool one. This is another really cool one. It's got the big Team Massive Joe's on the front. And then on the back, TMJ ADL, Adelaide. So awesome new designs, and the material is really cool as well. The one that I'm wearing now is like one of those, it's really light and breathable and stretchy fabric. So, you know, very good to train in. But you guys can check them out on massivejoes.com and buy yourself some. Alright, don't forget to subscribe to the videos, guys. Stay up to date with everything that we're all doing. And I'll see you for some training in the next episode.